going. Motilal Oswal Financial Services Limited, the Q1 numbers out, and not unexpectedly there is downtick both in the operating income front as well as on the profit after tax front. Motilal Oswal, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, joins us right now on the show. Mr. Oswal, thanks so much for joining in. It's not entirely surprising that there has been a downtick, but how would you rate the numbers currently, and do you expect that there could be a turnaround in the next quarter itself, or you expect maybe the next couple of quarters to be lackluster as well?
As you all know that the overall participation in the market was not so great, both from retail as well as institutional players. But I think, let me tell you that I think it's in short term definitely it was not kind of great performance. But if you look at slightly medium to long term, I would see kind of I think good opportunities for players like us. And even during the bad time also, all our businesses except AMC business had made money. Although I think we could have made more money had been slightly favorable market conditions, but our effort is more on building long-term businesses, and all the businesses like asset management or investment banking or private equity or wealth management, I think they're all in builder phase, and we are investing into the businesses, and still some money is being made into those businesses even at startup phase. And I think overall in this market also, if you look at our EBITDA margin, which is about 31%, and PAT margin which is at 19%, I would say I'm happy in this kind of situation. We have been able to still show some good numbers.
But how do you see the trend changing? Because Mr. Oswal, even globally, the situation with international banks and their earnings, which are coming out with every passing day, have not been very encouraging. So the signs out there are really, suggesting that the next 6 months are also likely to be tough. And we've seen some not very positive news coming from the domestic brokerage as well as the banking space as well. So in that light, what's the best or the worst case scenario that you're working with for your own business over the next 2 quarters?
I would say worst, definitely I can say that this was the worst quarter. I would say that definitely next quarter and next few quarters, my sense is that it will be better than what we have seen in the past. Let's also really, I think, look at the overall broader scenario in the market, where the markets are slightly better, and you've seen FIIs again coming back with a sizable money. And it's only a question of, I think, this quarter where the overall corporate numbers are also not going to be so great, although a few companies and few sectors are so far, I think, doing better. So definitely my sense is that market conditions are going to be slightly better than what we have seen in the past, and our whole business, all the business verticals are depending upon the market conditions. Although I think we are putting in all the required efforts to see that each and every business we are in make some kind of headway in terms of processes, in terms of technologies, in terms of giving better customer experience.
All right, Mr. Oswal, just continuing on that point, it's probably easy to say that the markets are not going to find volumes in a hurry or find interest in a hurry, and therefore things will probably look slightly bleak for the next 2 quarters as well. But do you believe that anytime in the current financial year, maybe in the second half, there could be an uptick that could come about, and what side of your business will essentially drive earnings, if at all, in the latter half?
See, the results or our numbers definitely are dependent upon the market conditions, and as I said earlier, that things are slightly better than what we have seen in the last quarter. Overall, delivery volumes are picking up in the market. The FIs are coming back. I think if you look at the corporate sector also, some kind of M&A activities also is happening, although the space is slow, and we have got quite a few mandates which we see that we should be able to complete in next few quarters, sizable deals in investment banking side. Asset management business, I think the build-up is on, so we are right now in asset gathering business without losing much money. My sense is that if you look at next 2 to 3 quarters, the quarter which we have shown will be I think the worst, and I'm quite optimistic about the next few quarters. Overall market participation is going up, and our positioning really becoming better.
Right, Mr. Oswal, of course, that bit is important. Could you highlight and give us perhaps a guidance that you would lay out for FY12 now for each one of your businesses, each one of the verticals?
If I have to talk about FY12 as a vertical, I think the biggest right now revenue earners and the profit earners for us is the broking business. And I think my sense is that 2012 will be at par or slightly better than 2011. That's my initial guess is there. Although I think we have a long time to go from here. What happens at the economy and political level as well as on the international thing will make a big difference. But looking at the kind of activities happening and increasing on that side, and we keep on increasing our distribution, clients are being added up, huge amount of investments happening in technology and all. So those things definitely will bring results, I think, in coming time. I don't know what's going to happen in next quarter, but I would be optimistic from this scenario. I think on asset management side, we are in the process of launching few more products. Investment banking, as I said earlier, there are quite a few kind of, I think, sizable deals are in pipeline, so those will get executed. First quarter was muted from investment banking side, but I'm very hopeful that in the next few quarters are going to be far better than what we are seeing. On private equity side, we are in the process of, we already launched one more kind of fund for about maybe about $200 to $250 million. So the roadshows are on. We are getting good support and I think feedback from the investors about the private equity fund, because the first fund has done very well in terms of choosing the quality of companies. And wealth business also we are in the process of building up. We are right now in maybe 5 cities and about say 40 relationship managers. So there also we are putting in effort to see that at least without losing money we keep on getting better quality customers with the right kind of offering. So in nutshell, all the business building is on, and we definitely will see the results in the time to come.
All right, Mr. Oswal, a few stories that need to be talked about as well. The breaking news right now about Bharti Airtel hiking tariffs for prepaid customers as well as postpaid customers by 20% in select circles. This is after a long time that we're seeing a telecom company take this step. What gives? I mean, how would you view this move?
We were quite positive in the stock for last I think 6 months, and so far last 6 months has done very well. We feel that there is a huge amount of scope for kind of, I think, efficiencies from Africa. They're talking about a lot of outsourcing, and now somewhere the competition also has become weak due to, I think, 2G and 3G kind of, I think, problems happening. So Bharti, I would say as a player, they emerge stronger in this kind of scenario, and my sense is that this is the first strong sign which we are seeing that where in this kind of perceived competitive area they have been able to raise some price. So that's a great sign, and I would be quite optimistic on the Bharti.